Okay, so I wanted to very briefly take the opportunity to talk about Agentic AI inside ChatGPT 5. Now, obviously, you've got to pay for the pro version in order for you to get into Agentic AI. But very quickly, I did do a post on Infinity Lab, I think it was, also all over my socials, with a little video explaining the difference between what Agentic AI is and the other language models. Now, and I'll quickly go through that now. Basically, AI has gone through three stages. There's three levels of what it's actually gone through. And level one was the large language model, which was basically, as a human, you would put in a prompt, the AI or the large language model, being ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, anything like that, would come back and it would answer your prompt. And then prompt engineering got a little bit clever, and the responses that you got back was very dependent on how good your prompt was. With traditional AI, it was very focused on, you can automate repetitive tasks, you can rely on specific algorithms and set rules in order to make something happen, but it relied on predefined rules and human intervention as it went along. Now, then came along level two, and this is generative AI. And the difference here is that its primary function was content generation. So it would be, text or code or images, video, etc. if you're looking at the more advanced thing. So basically what you would look at there is you would, input something, you would have a variable that may require user prompts or guidance as it went along. And it also used external tools in order to give you your output, but it was always along a defined path. So I use that all the time. You can also use it in automations inside make.com, N8N, and also Zapier as well is a similar sort of thing. So that's what I'm talking about with the level two. So with level three, Agentic AI, the primary function is goal orientated, but it thinks for itself as it goes along. So what do I mean by that? Well, the autonomy here is that with any goal orientated action and decision making that it needs to do, it operates with minimal human oversight. Once you give it its goal, it will go off and it will work out for itself what needs to be done in order for it to come up with your output. So it will go on, observe and research and find out what it needs to know itself in order for it to give you the very best answer. Now, don't get me wrong, your prompt still needs to be very good here, because you still need to give it those 7 basics of a good prompt. So in other words, the role, the task, the specifics, the context, etc. And any rules that it has to abide by are also very good. But as I say, inside Infinity Engine, all of that is broken down for you. So you will learn to, a bit like driving a car, you will learn how to naturally start writing very, very good prompts once you get in the practice of knowing what parts there are in each request that you give to the AI. So what you have to do is you literally just give it a goal, and with Agentic AI, it determines how best to achieve that goal, and it will go off and it will make those certain actions, and it will use tools to produce an interim result before giving you the final output. So let's have a look at that in action. Now, what happened here was, the reason why I wanted to demonstrate this was because I wanted to use it in a practical situation. Now, a lot of people want to learn how to do automations, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, but they don't have any specific goal in mind. Now, obviously, you are here with me with Passive AI, either inside the lab or inside the engine, whichever one you're in at the moment. But your ultimate goal here is to have a business that runs on autopilot. So it is an evergreen business running on evergreen assets that you build once and you earn forever. That is my motto, and that is what we're trying to achieve here. So in order to do that, you have to think like that. So you have to think, if you come across something and you go, that's going to help my business, that will help my members, that will help my community, that will help me move forward in my business, that will help me in a campaign, that will help me do this, that will help me bring in more leads, that will help me with my sales, that will help me scale. Ultimately, there is a goal behind everything that you do in your business. Now, the reason why I mention that is because today somebody started talking to me in my DMs. Now, I don't normally answer, but he was so polite that I said, you know, if you want to carry on talking to me, please come and join me in Infinity Engine. I'll very gladly share my time. And he did straight away. He joined me inside Infinity Engine. So therefore, I carried on speaking to him. Now, he said, you know, would you be averse to me sharing a document with you? You know, I think it might help. And, you know, if anybody has given me free information, I'm going to take it. Now, what he did was he shared this document here with me. He's only a young lad, lovely lad, very polite, which is why I listened. Now, this is for school communities, of which I have two. So therefore, I am in his target market. And I love the way that he did this presentation. It wasn't just a PDF. It was a really nice Gamma presentation document. Now, I've got Gamma, so I love the way that he's used it here. It was very, very simple to read. It was very, very easy to understand. But what I basically deduced from this document was that if you want more engagement with your community members, then you need to give them a challenge. And I do have a challenge with my Infinity members. I've got the 5-day challenge, of which I will be doing, you know, those one a month. He suggested that I break it down into just a very, very quick challenge that they do in a few days the minute they join. Now, I thought that was a really good idea. So instead of me battling it out inside my head about how I could use the material that he gave me, I thought I'm going to steal that thought of a very, you know, a 3-day challenge that I offer people when they come in to my school, in order for them to very, very quickly get some gains, which I love the idea of. I thought, right, I'm going to use Agentic AI in order to bash out a campaign that is based on his idea, is also based on the books of Hermosi and the books of Russell Brunson. I've got all 4 of them. Again, all of these books are all available inside Infinity Engine in the Entrepreneurial Library. Now, so what I did, now please excuse my my typos and my spelling, because I typed this very quickly while the idea was in my head. So what you do in order to get ChatGPT 5 into Agentic AI mode is you click on the plus button and you then tick this box here and it will go blue and you will see that you are in agentic mode. Okay, and then I started typing the prompt and it says, and I'll go through this with you because it's quite important the way I broke down this prompt. Now I want you to take on the role of an expert online marketer with over 20 years experience at creating campaigns for bringing in new leads and sales targeted to the online entrepreneurs that want to earn a passive income from what they know with the help of AI tools, automations and no-code tech. Also with a mix of traditional marketing that is known to work and convert. Your task is to analyse the web address I share with you and to come up with a marketing campaign that follows the correct formulas. Look at the material in the project files. Now, I'm going to stop there and just share with you what I mean by the material in the project files, because we are working inside the project file called Infinity Engine. And if you look at what's in those project files, we have got the E-Myth Revisited, we've got Jeff Walker's launch book, we've got .com Secrets by Russell Brunson, Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson, Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson. We've also got Alex Hermosi's 100 million leads. We've got 100 million offers in there as well. We've also got some various PDF lead magnets and things and some other stuff that I've actually written, all to help the AI actually work out what it's doing. So I've given the agentic AI permission to go and look at all of those things. But I've also pre-programmed it, because what you do when you're setting your agent up, you can say, yes, I want you to look at all of my previous chats that I've ever had with you since the dawn of time. And because I've always used ChatGPT, I have got lots of chats in here. So it knows all about me, it knows all about my business model, it knows about my offers, it knows who my audience is, it knows who I'm trying to target, and it knows ultimately what I want to achieve. So this agent knows all of that because I've told it to make sure it remembers everything. And now the memory on this thing is phenomenal, and I'll show you how I know that in a second. Okay, so continuing. All right, so I have 3 offers, which you can understand from my Infinity Engine promo page here. So I've given it a promo page, and I'll just share that page with you. So this is the promo page about Infinity Engine, and it's got all, the basic details of Infinity Lab, the basic details about what's on offer in Infinity Engine, and what's on offer inside my high ticket program, Infinity Circle. Okay, and then it goes on to, to go through exactly what new members get inside Infinity Engine as well. So it's got some nice material in order to come up with some good campaign material. And then I've asked it to go off, and this is the page to analyze. So that's that Gamma document that I shared with you earlier. So I've said, please assess all the material and web pages properly, and then from my previous chats, gather all the information you need in order to create an initial outline of the campaign. Establish if I am happy with the outline, and then go on ahead and carve out my to-do list to set everything in motion. Now, when I say my to-do list, I've also programmed my AI to put my to-do list inside my calendar, and I will give it instructions later on to say, yes, add those things to my calendar so I can do everything step by step in the order that needs to be done. So you can ditch your Notion, you don't need that. So for your reference, the tools I use and have full pro access to are, and the reason why I mentioned all of these tools is because the AI needs to know what I've got access to and what I like working with in order to make certain campaigns happen. It will probably suggest other things as well, but most of these tools that I use here are sufficient enough for me to create campaigns. So that's what, the one thing that I forgot to give it here, and what I use all the time, is something called Metrical, which is a bit like Hootsuite, but it's just next level. It's got AI attached as well. It's, it can work out intelligently to add things from, other mentions and things from other tabs, and basically it's a very, very good tool. So go and check it out. But that's one thing that I forgot to add in that list. And then I have said, if you have any further questions to help you put together the winning campaign, please don't hesitate to ask me. And it's then come back and reiterated what I've actually said. It's got absolutely everything right. And a box opens up. It's a bit like a TV, and it shows you what it's gone off and working on, where it's gone off to grab things, what research it's doing on the internet. I mean, basically, it's like a research assistant that is working on overtime. It worked for 7 minutes. You can imagine 7 minutes with an AI working on something is pretty phenomenal stuff. And then it drafted the outline. Now, the outline for the marketing campaign is designed to attract and convert other online entrepreneurs, as I said, into my Infinity Engine membership community, because that's what I'm promoting at the moment, is because we're in early adopter stage and I want to get people in. So now it will blend insights from Infinity Engine sales page, my VSL script, customer avatars, and also my passive AI core magic. Now, I never mentioned anything about my core magic, but my core magic is a marketing blueprint to help people with their offers, and it decided that it wanted to bring that in as well. And then please review the structure and let me know if you're happy with this direction or would like any adjustments before I prepare the detailed to-do list. Now, it said that, and I told it to go on ahead. It then came up with this outline, of which I reviewed, and I said, please proceed. It then went off and while it was thinking about it, I said, can you remind, I wanted to go off and do something else. I didn't want to sit there watching it while it was thinking, because obviously it thought before for 7 minutes, and this was me actually telling it to go off and do the campaign in full. So I knew it was going to be a while. I actually said, can you remind me when you have finished? and it said, understood, I'll continue completing the detailed to-do list for the marketing campaign, and I'll let you know once it's finished, which it did do. And it automatically gave its own instruction to continue with the research, of which it did do. And, you know, we've got some lovely, lovely, juicy stuff coming out here. I mean, basically, it's telling me what automations to set up. It's telling me how to set up the conversions and the ascension workflows. It's telling me how to track my metrics as well. And also, it's given me things to monitor in my weekly and monthly reporting. And it's given me a timeline as well, and my next steps of exactly what I need to do. So it says, when you're ready, I can help craft specific copy, scripts and automations for each step. I'll keep you posted on progress and let you know once all tasks are completed. And it also has a document to say what it's gone off and looked at in order to create that outline. Right, so as you can see, it has been very thorough, and it has given me 8 weeks worth of tasks to make sure this campaign works to the best that it possibly can be. Now, it's taken all of its advice from the books in the project files that I've given it, from all the books that I've added over time. So it's not just those, it's pretty much everything that I've got access to. Also has access to the whole of my Google Drive as well. So it will have access to those books. If I want it to go and look at my Google Drive and access those books, it will as well. It's literally got access, because you can give it access to all of those things here. So it's got access to web search, it's got access to my GitHub, it's got access to my Gmail, my Google Calendar and my Drive. Okay, and you can set all that up quite easily once you activate it. But it will also start adding those to my calendar. Any of those tasks that need to be done, it will divide it up accordingly and add it to my calendar. So when I go into my desktop tomorrow, it will remind me that I've got certain things to do. So again, this thing just takes care of pretty much everything that you need to do from a scheduling point of view anyway. Now, I am no expert when it comes to Agentic AI, please understand that. But what I am sharing with you is what I have learned literally over the last 2 days. So you can imagine what I am going to move forward and do with it when I start learning what other things it can do. So if you treat this like a tool that will help you with your goal rather than the other way round, then this thing will work really well for you. So in other words, have a goal, have an idea, have a specific goal in mind, or a target that you want to work towards, and then go and use AI to fill in those gaps. It is a tool, it is not the actual goal itself. And as long as you look at it like that, then you will always win with large language models like this and any other AI tools that are out there. They are all just tools. You are the person that is holding that hammer. You know, you are not the hammer, you are the person holding the hammer. Okay, and if you want to bang a nail in, then just have the right hammer and off you go. Now, before we begin dividing the tasks and drafting copy, please confirm the role you'd like me to adopt. For example, do you want me to act as a project manager, a scheduling task, or a copywriter, or both? Knowing the role, I will ensure I bring the right skills and tone. And again, it's saying, what tasks do you want me to perform? And it's giving some examples. What specifics do you want me to add? You know, dates, times, what are my working hours? It's making sure that it has everything it needs. And believe it or not, I haven't given it any answers. It's actually gone off and worked out for itself what I need. And it's automatically said to itself, I'm just going to continue because I think I know what you want. You've given me a goal, therefore I've worked it out myself. Now, with the other language model that I told you about, with level 2 here, you would have had to interject with that because it would have come back with an output, and then you would have had to give it some more instruction in order for it to go away and think about it again. Okay, can you see the difference between it? Level 2 always requires more prompts or more guidance, whereas level 3 doesn't. And that's what the beauty about this absolutely wonderful. I swear I'm living in a cheat code. And that's the beauty of Agentic AI. Now, it will come back and it will think about all those things. And then when it's finished, I will have a lovely to-do list for the next 8 weeks in my diary. It will remind me on the days that I come and sit at my desk. It will remind me what to do. It will tell me exactly what goes in my copy, what goes in any assets or lead magnets I need to create. As I said before, from this breakdown that it's already given me, everything. There is absolutely no way in the world that I would have come up with all of this. It's come up with this all on its own. Obviously, I've had to feed it some information. I've had to give a good prompt in the first place, but otherwise this thing is working everything out for itself. It's gone off and it's decided to be the very best personal assistant it can possibly be. And that's what I wanted to share with you. So please go and have fun with it. Like I say, I will be setting up a 3-day challenge for anybody entering Infinity Engine. You will get a lesson in this, and then you can go off and actually create your own Agentic AI goal. And you will get a certificate at the end of it to say, you know, well done. Now, obviously, you're not doing it for a certificate, although, you know, I love collecting certificates. What you will be doing this for is not only your own education to put you ahead of 90% of the people out there, but also it will move you forward in your business so exponentially quickly that I cannot believe to tell you. And also, not only that, but you can start developing assets that you can then go on and sell. Okay, now this takes content creation to the next level. So let me just say, if you are in the content creation business, please sit down and have a rethink about what is on the horizon, because the way that you do things right now, if you are churning out PDFs, if you are churning out content that AI is going to surpass, then really have a very, very deep think about where you're going in your business, because this changes the whole horizon when it comes to content creation and SaaS or anything like that online. So have a deep think about it. And again, use the Agent AI itself to actually help you redefine your niche, your offer, your audience, and your strategy moving forward, because this completely changes the game. Okay? Enjoy.